All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Imperfect Outdoor channel. We're back here in my storage room to give you a review on KUIU's brand of technical hunting gear. So stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here again in my storage room to do a review on KUIU's brand of technical hunting gear. I'm going to compare it a little bit to the First Light that I did a previous review on. If you haven't watched that, definitely go check that out. But let's jump right into it. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to start with go back to the First Light gear. I always keep their merino next to skin layers on. I've tried the merino from KUIU and I just didn't like it. It was nowhere near as comfortable as the First Light stuff. So again, if you haven't watched that video, definitely go check that out. But I always keep those merino long johns and that wick next to skin layer on, even when I upgrade to this stuff as the season progresses and things start getting a lot colder. So KUIU does a lot of different. They have a huge product lineup. Basically, no matter what kind of hunter or what type of hunting you do, they've got something that you can figure out and build your own layering system. I'm primarily a whitetail hunter here in the southeast, so and I go up north a little bit too, but primarily a whitetail hunter. All right, so I elected to go with the Encounter brand of their products. Um, Primarily, they are built around the whitetail hunter, or built for the whitetail hunter, I believe. So these come with some good suspenders on them, which I actually really like. I don't even wear a belt with these, just to kind of keep the mobility and the pressure off my waist and everything. These are extremely soft, extremely comfortable. Got the checkered fleece lining, so they're very warm, especially when you start putting those next to skin merino layers on. You can really kind of wear these. You can really get by with these going into the mid to late season. What I really like about the design is well thought out on these. The front pockets are flat along your thigh here. So when you're sitting down, again, they're really built for the whitetail hunter. When you're sitting down on a tree stand or a tree seat or in a blind, your pockets are flat right here. So you don't have to maneuver and twist to get in your pocket. You can get right into it without moving a lot. So I really do like that. That was very well thought out. One thing that I really, all the KUIU products that I have this, these little heat dump zips on them. So if things start getting kind of warming up, or if you're moving around a little bit, walking into your stand or your tree seat or whatever in the morning, you can open those vents up and make sure that you don't overheat trying to get in there and end up breaking a sweat. So again, very well thought out, a lot of pockets, excellent zippers, just a really great product. So I also elected to go with the quarter zip, the quarter zip in the same thing, the Encounter brand with a checkered fleece. So I'll put this over my next to skin merino layer. And then I've got the Encounter brand vest, which feels a lot more like the pants. It's really soft, again, checkered fleece. Just a good added layer to go on this to kind of keep my core temperature right. And these even have, I don't hunt out of a tree stand or wear a safety harness or anything like that, but if you do, these have a little safety harness hookup in the back of it. So you can put your safety harness on, put this on, and then feed that carabiner in the back so it's just not all over the place. So now going from there, based on what I'm doing, if I'm definitely sitting down hunting or whatever, and I don't walk and stalk hunt a lot, but if I'm out scouting or so, or if I do think that I'm going to be getting up and kind of moving around through some thicker brush, I did elect to purchase the Guide Series pants and the Guide Series jacket as well. And I also got that just in case, kind of how the weather is going to work out. If it may be sprinkling that morning or so. I will definitely put that stuff on because it is DWR treated, just to kind of help keep me from getting damp and getting cold. So again, the Guide Series pants, and these are very well thought out and comfortable as well. They just have a little bit different place in my layering system as to when I do wear them and what I'm going to do with them. But again, good zippers, good pocket placement, and they are actually very warm. They're just to me they're a little bit more durable if you're out moving around a lot and you're going through brush. They got a good kind of like a ripstop fabric or so, and the DWR treatment for those inclement weather days are definitely going to come in handy, and as well as the Guide jacket. So I'll definitely put that on just to kind of keep the moisture off of me or so. But these excellent products. Um, got the heat dumps up underneath um, the armpits here. So if you are walking in with it, you just unzip those. If you're moving around quite a bit, the pants have them as well. Again, as far as well thought out products, I mean, KUIU kind of, in my opinion, owns the market on this. It seems like they've really thought of everything. Okay, so from there, when things get really cold, I'm talking like getting into the late season. Obviously, still going to wear my Next to Skin First Light layers just because I like the merino on that better than the KUIU stuff. But I'll most likely put on all that. Either most likely like my Encounter pants on top of the furnace, long johns, and then I'll put on. I've got the proximity overalls and the jacket for when things get really cold. So this is the jacket. It's got kind of like an outer fleece material, but it is DWR treated as well. I think most of their stuff really is. But again, this is for when things are extremely frigid. I'm talking like in the teens, maybe low 20s or even colder. That's when I'll break this stuff out and start putting all this on top of all my other layering system. So these are, again, very well thought out, good zippers, good pocket placement, extremely warm. And then the proximity pants as well. I said overalls earlier, but I meant the pants. So these will go on over everything else, just to give me that final layer of added protection. Got some good thick straps here. I keep forgetting what to call these things. Suspenders. So and it's got a real high back on it too. I really like that. So when you sit down, it doesn't expose the small of your back and everything. So you still continue to stay really warm in these. And again, they've got some heat zips, or they got some zips to dump some heat on. If you're walking in with them or so. I usually backpack these in and then put them on once I actually get to where I'm going, just because they are that warm, and I'm trying really not to break a sweat as I'm making my way to my blind. Okay, so let's talk about the pros and the cons. The pros are they have a very broad product lineup. Whatever type of hunter you are, whatever type of hunting you're into, their website is very easy to navigate, and you can get on there and you can piece together or look at some recommendations from other people as to what type of hunting they're doing or you're going to be doing, and build your own layering system from there for what's going to work best for you. They have plenty of stuff to choose from, so you're not really limited to what you're going to be able to kind of have to pick through from there. You're going to be able to find something. Um, Con is they're very expensive. You're buying some high end technical hunting gear, you're going to pay a premium price. Now, full disclosure, I did buy this with my own money. I tried to get a pro deal from them, but they wasn't having it. They don't offer any types of industry program or industry deals or anything like that. My best bet, and just information for y'all, is if you are looking at buying some KUIU, you're going to have to just catch them on sale. That's what I did, and ended up just catching them kind of on sale and piece together what I could get when I could get it until I got everything that I wanted. Otherwise, you're going to drop a pretty penny. They also do offer a bunch of other like technical clothing that is not camo. I mean, you can get in standard kind of regular colors. I own several of the attack pants, which is like their number one seller. The attack pants are amazing if you're going to go out hiking in colder weather, or even just squirrel hunting or shed hunting or whatever. So I'm definitely a fan of their products. Now, as far as comparing them to my other stuff, like First Light, again, they have their place. I think I don't really think one may be better than the other. I think First Light shines in some ways for me, and then KUIU picks up the slack where I need it to. First Light is more the system that I have is better for early season or spring turkey hunting or whatever. And when I need that breathability, when I need if I'm on the move and I need that breathability and I don't want to overheat or whatever. But if I'm sitting down is when I need to start, especially in cold weather, when I need to start moving into my KUIU stuff, and that's why I built the system the way I did for those days when it's later in the season when it starts getting colder, and I need that added warmth and that wind protection to help keep some of that body heat in for those longer sits when hunting really starts getting hard as things start getting really cold. So care and use, pretty much the same thing. It's all on the label there. Just go by it and you're going to be fine. I will say if you're looking, I always just do cold water, no detergents or anything like that. Obviously no dry cleaner or anything. I always use just those scent bombs as my laundry detergent. Just put a couple of those in there. I don't ever tumble dry my stuff, even if it recommends it on low. I always hang it up to dry outside to kind of pick up some of those natural odors. I mean, heck, hang them on the wood line or something like that. Let them dry outside. Pick up some of just the natural smells of the woods or whatever. If you're close to where you're actually hunting from, then it'll absorb some of those natural smells. But one thing I will say about like any Prometheum spray or anything, if you spray it on merino wool, it's going to soak it up better. With that DWR treatment, it's just going to kind of sit on top of the clothing and almost crystallize. It's not really a big problem, but just be aware of that if you spray it down with something, that DWR coating is going to, I don't want to really say reject it, but it's not going to let it penetrate deep into that. It's doing its job. It's not going to let it penetrate deep into the fabric, so it may not last as long, and you'll kind of see a little like crusty, dry stuff all over it. But again, it's not really a big problem. I mean, I'm sure it's still going to work. Okay, let's talk about size and fitting. I actually left that out on the First Light review, so I'll go over that real quick. That stuff pretty much runs true to size. I was a little bit heavier and a little bit bigger when I bought that stuff, so it kind of hangs on me right now a little bit. It's a little too big for me, but it's still tighten up the belt an extra couple notches or so, and it still works just fine. But as far as sizing goes, I found First Light to be more true to the actual size I was ordering. KUIU seemed to run really small, so I had to upgrade. I lost some weight and everything, and went down to a large, where everything else fit me. I still had to step back up into an extra large. I tried the large with KUIU and ended up having to send it back and stepped up into an extra large. But the way their layering systems work is they are designed to where you can order the same size in everything, and each layer is meant to go up underneath to keep the bulk down. So I found that very helpful, and that is actually true. Everything I've got is extra large. So all the way down from my base layer all the way up to my jacket, everything fits in succession, and it works good, and it keeps the bulk down. It does have more of an athletic fit to it, so it is going to supposed to be a little bit looser or tighter to you, I guess. If you prefer a looser fit, definitely go up an extra size if you're planning on bulking up a little more, or you just prefer a looser fit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Imperfect Outdoor channel and our review of the KUIU brand technical hunting gear. If you're on the mend or looking to purchase or upgrade your hunting gear, I hope you found this video informative and helpful in making your decision. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.